What if the very coffee millions of older adults drink every morning is doing one of two things behind the scenes, quietly speeding up muscle loss, or helping the body fight back against it? After age 60, the body naturally begins losing muscle at a faster rate, and that decline can affect far more than strength. It can change balance, walking speed, energy, independence, and even confidence. One overlooked report from the National Institutes of Health has linked age-related muscle loss to a greater risk of falls, frailty, and loss of mobility in older adults. That means the issue is not just about feeling weaker. It is about protecting the freedom to live on your own terms. Now here is the surprising part. Your morning coffee may be able to do more than wake you up. When paired with the right natural ingredients, it can become a simple daily ritual that supports muscle repair, steadier energy, better circulation, and less inflammation. In today's video, we will reveal 8 powerful additions you can stir into your coffee after 60, ranked from number 8 to number 1. Some are common, some are shockingly overlooked, and one of them may completely change the way you think about aging. Before we begin, comment below with your age and where you are watching from. If you enjoy science-backed senior health videos, please like, share, and subscribe so you never miss what could help you stay strong, mobile, and independent longer. Ingredient number 8. Cinnamon. Cinnamon may seem like a small and ordinary spice, but for older adults, it can become one of the easiest ways to make morning coffee more supportive for the body. This simple addition matters because blood sugar swings often become more common with age, and those swings can quietly drain energy, increase inflammation, and make it harder for muscles to get the steady fuel they need. When cinnamon is stirred into coffee, it does more than add warmth and flavor. It may help support healthier blood sugar balance, which is especially important for seniors trying to protect strength and avoid that drained, shaky feeling later in the day. Some research has suggested that cinnamon may help improve insulin sensitivity and reduce the metabolic stress that contributes to weakness over time. Imagine a man in his late 60s who feels sleepy every afternoon and notices climbing stairs is becoming harder than it used to be. He changes nothing dramatic. He simply begins adding half a teaspoon of true cinnamon to his morning coffee. After a few weeks, his energy feels steadier, and the afternoon slump no longer controls his day. The key is to use Ceylon cinnamon when possible, since it is considered a gentler option for regular use. For seniors, this is not about a miracle cure. It is about a small daily habit that may help protect energy, stability, and muscle health over time. Ingredient number 7. Cocoa powder. Cocoa powder is another surprising addition that can transform a plain cup of coffee into something far more nourishing. Unsweetened cocoa contains natural plant compounds called flavonols, which have been studied for their role in supporting circulation and vascular health. That matters because aging muscles do not just need protein. They also need oxygen-rich blood reaching them efficiently. As people get older, reduced circulation can leave the legs feeling heavy, the body feeling slower, and recovery taking longer. Adding a teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder to coffee may help support blood vessel function and improve the delivery of nutrients throughout the body. When paired with coffee's natural caffeine, it creates a combination that feels both energizing and restorative. Picture a woman in her early 70s who still enjoys her morning walks, but has started noticing stiffness and heaviness in her legs. She begins stirring cocoa into her coffee, mostly for taste. But over time, her walks feel lighter, her stamina improves, and she finds herself moving with more ease than before. The important detail is to choose plain, unsweetened cocoa powder, not sugary mixes that cancel out the benefit. For seniors, cocoa is a reminder that strength is not only built by what you eat, but also by how well your body can deliver nourishment where it is needed most. Ingredient number 6. Coconut oil or MCT oil. Coconut oil or MCT oil may sound like an unusual thing to add to coffee, but for many older adults, it can become a practical way to support steadier energy throughout the morning. One of the biggest challenges after 60 is not just weakness. It is that frustrating cycle of feeling alert for a short time, then crashing, craving sugar, and feeling drained again before noon. MCTs, or medium-chain triglycerides, are different from many other fats because the body can convert them into quick, efficient fuel. Instead of sending energy through the usual rise and fall pattern, MCT oil may help provide a steadier source of support for both the muscles and the brain. For seniors, that can mean less fatigue, fewer cravings, and better consistency in how the body performs through the day. Picture a man nearing 70 who starts every morning with coffee, but often finds himself reaching for sweet snacks by mid-morning just to stay functional. Then he begins blending in 1 teaspoon of MCT oil. Over time, his hunger becomes calmer, his focus lasts longer, and his walks start feeling easier because he is no longer running on empty halfway through the day. The best way to begin is slowly. Start with a small amount, because too much too soon may upset digestion. Blending it creates a smoother texture many people enjoy. For older adults, this ingredient is not about hype. It is about cleaner energy, a calmer appetite, and one more tool to support strength from the inside out. Ingredient number 5. Milk or soy milk. Milk or soy milk may seem like the most ordinary addition on this list, but it is also one of the most practical. For seniors, even a simple splash can turn coffee from a stimulating drink into something more supportive for muscle maintenance. That matters because after 60, the body needs more intentional protein intake to preserve strength and independence. Milk provides high-quality protein along with important nutrients that support bones and muscles. Soy milk offers a strong plant-based alternative, and fortified versions can also provide calcium and vitamin D. What makes both options valuable is that they add usable nutrition without requiring a complicated routine. For many older adults, that kind of simplicity is exactly what makes a healthy habit last. Imagine a woman in her 70s who has always drunk her coffee black, assuming that was the healthiest choice. But over time, she notices her arms looking thinner and everyday tasks feeling heavier. She starts adding fortified soy milk each morning. A few months later, carrying groceries feels easier, her energy becomes more stable, and she realizes that small nourishment choices can quietly change how aging feels. The key is choosing options without a lot of added sugar. About half a cup is enough to contribute meaningful protein and make coffee more satisfying. For seniors who struggle to eat enough in the morning, this gentle addition can be one of the easiest ways to support muscles, bones, and daily stamina. Ingredient number 4. Collagen powder. Collagen powder is often marketed as something for skin, hair, or beauty, but for older adults, its deeper value may have far more to do with movement than appearance. After age 60, the body naturally produces less collagen year after year. That gradual decline can show up as stiffer joints, slower recovery, less flexibility, and a body that simply does not bounce back the way it once did. When collagen powder is added to morning coffee, it offers a convenient way to give the body amino acids that support connective tissues, including joints, tendons, and the structural framework around muscles. While collagen is not a magic solution on its own, it may be especially useful for seniors who want to stay active without feeling punished by soreness after simple daily activities. Think of a man in his early 70s who loves gardening, but has started dreading the ache that comes after kneeling, bending, or carrying even light tools. He begins adding 1 scoop of collagen powder to his coffee every morning. After several weeks, he notices his knees feel less stiff, getting up and down feels smoother, and the work he loves no longer leaves him discouraged the next day. The greatest advantage of collagen in coffee is how easy it is to use. Most unflavored powders dissolve smoothly and do not drastically change the taste. Still, seniors should remember that collagen works best as part of a bigger picture that includes protein, movement, and overall nutrition. Used consistently, it may help support comfort, mobility, and the confidence to keep doing everyday things that make life feel meaningful. Ingredient number 3. Whey protein powder. Whey protein powder is one of the most effective additions an older adult can stir into coffee when the goal is preserving strength. Many people still think protein powder is only for athletes or bodybuilders, but after 60, it may actually become more important for everyday life. That is because aging muscles no longer respond to small amounts of protein the way they once did. The body needs a stronger signal to maintain and rebuild lean tissue. Whey protein is especially valuable because it is rich in essential amino acids, including leucine, which plays a major role in stimulating muscle repair. For seniors, this matters not just for appearance, but for balance, walking speed, stamina, and the ability to stay independent. Research has repeatedly shown that higher quality protein intake can help older adults maintain lean mass and functional strength more effectively than low-protein diets. Picture a woman in her late 60s who still considers herself active, yet lately notices that lifting laundry, standing up from low chairs, and climbing stairs all feel slightly harder. She starts adding 1 scoop of unflavored whey isolate to her morning coffee. Over time, she begins to feel steadier in her legs, stronger in her arms, and more confident doing the ordinary tasks that once felt easy. The best option is usually an unflavored whey isolate, since it blends more smoothly and is often easier to digest. The goal is not perfection. It is consistency. For older adults who eat a light breakfast or struggle to get enough protein early in the day, this simple habit can turn coffee into a practical tool for rebuilding strength one morning at a time. Ingredient number 2, chia seeds. Chia seeds are tiny, quiet, and easy to overlook, yet they may be one of the most useful additions for older adults trying to support muscle health, digestion, and steady energy. As the body ages, many seniors begin getting less fiber, fewer healthy fats, and less overall nutritional density than they realize. That shortfall can affect more than digestion. It can influence inflammation, fullness, blood sugar stability, and even how well the body holds onto muscle. When chia seeds are ground and stirred into coffee, they provide fiber, plant-based protein, and omega-3 fats in a very small serving. This combination may help support a calmer appetite, smoother digestion, and a more stable morning energy pattern. For seniors, that matters because the body often does better with steady nourishment than with sudden spikes and crashes. Imagine a man around 70 who feels sluggish most mornings, struggles with occasional constipation, and notices more belly weight than before. He begins adding 1 teaspoon of ground chia seeds to his coffee. Within a few weeks, digestion feels more regular, his morning hunger becomes easier to manage, and he starts to feel lighter and less uncomfortable moving through the day. The key is to use ground chia rather than whole seeds when possible, because that helps the body access more of the nutrients. Seniors should also start with a small amount and drink enough water during the day. This is a simple habit, but sometimes simple habits are exactly what creates steady, lasting improvement. Ingredient number 1. Turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric with black pepper earns the top place on this list because it addresses one of the biggest hidden drivers of age-related decline, inflammation. After 60, chronic low-grade inflammation can quietly contribute to joint pain, slower recovery, reduced mobility, arterial strain, and a body that feels older than it should. That is where this golden combination becomes so powerful. Turmeric contains curcumin, a natural compound widely studied for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. The challenge is that curcumin alone is not absorbed very well by the body. Black pepper changes that. A small pinch can dramatically improve absorption, making turmeric far more useful. When added to coffee, this combination may help support comfort, circulation, and the kind of daily resilience that older adults depend on. Picture a woman in her 70s who has started avoiding the garden she once loved because kneeling, bending, and standing leave her joints aching. She begins adding half a teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper to her coffee each morning. Weeks later, she notices less stiffness, easier movement, and a renewed sense that her body is still capable of supporting the life she wants to live. For seniors sensitive to the earthy taste, a little cinnamon can help balance the flavor. This is not about reversing age. It is about reducing one of the major burdens that makes aging feel heavier than it needs to. Today, we walked through 8 simple additions that can turn an ordinary cup of coffee into a more supportive daily ritual after 60. We started with cinnamon for steadier blood sugar, then cocoa powder for better circulation, coconut oil or MCT oil for cleaner energy, milk or soy milk for practical protein, collagen powder for joints and connective support, whey protein powder for muscle rebuilding, chia seeds for fiber and healthy fats, and finally turmeric with black pepper for powerful inflammation support. What makes these ingredients so valuable is not just what they do alone, but what they represent together. They remind us that healthy aging is often built through small choices repeated consistently. Strength is not lost in one day, and it is not rebuilt in one day either. But one morning habit, repeated over time, can begin to change how your body feels, moves, and responds. So now I would love to hear from you. Which one will you try first in your coffee tomorrow morning? Let us know in the comments below. If this video gave you hope or helped you think differently about aging, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, your kindness helps us create more content for seniors who want to stay strong, mobile, and independent for as long as possible.